This is Rohit Upadhyay, computer teacher at Mount Litera Z School, Jhansi. This is my second video for class 9th, and in this video we will learn about the generation of computers. In this generation's computer are developed, they are using the wooden or the mechanical parts, mechanical components, जिसमें हम लोग वुडन के और मैकेनिकल कंपोनेंट्स का इस्तेमाल करते थे, जहाँ पर इलेक्ट्रिसिटी का इस्तेमाल नहीं होता था। वो कंप्यूटर्स को हम लोग रखते हैं नॉन इलेक्ट्रॉनिक जनरेशन ऑफ कंप्यूटर में या जीरो जनरेशन ऑफ कंप्यूटर में, जिसमें हम लोग डिवाइस के बारे में पढ़ चुके हैं। हम लोगों ने अबेकस पढ़ा था, लेबनीज कैलकुलेटर पढ़ा था, डिफरेंस इंजन, पास्क लाइन, एनालिटिकल इंजन, पावर लूम। तो ये सारी चीज़ें जो हम लोगों ने डिस्कस की थी, ये सारी हमारी नॉन इलेक्ट्रॉनिक या जीरो जनरेशन ऑफ कंप्यूटर की थी, जिसमें हम लोगों ने इलेक्ट्रिसिटी का इस्तेमाल नहीं किया होगा। यहाँ पर हम लोग गियर्स का इस्तेमाल करते थे, लीवर्स का इस्तेमाल करते थे। हैव यू रिमेंबर द टॉय कार, जिसमें हम लोग क्या करते हैं, चाबी भरते हैं और फिर वो क्या करती है, घूमती है, काइनेटिक एनर्जी का यूज़ करती है, वो स्प्रिंग एनर्जी को स्टोर करती है। सो सेम एज यहाँ पर कंप्यूटर पहले नॉन इलेक्ट्रॉनिक जनरेशन में कंप्यूटर ऐसे ही इस्तेमाल किए जाते थे। बट हियर वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस अबाउट द इलेक्ट्रॉनिक जनरेशन ऑफ कंप्यूटर्स। इलेक्ट्रॉनिक जनरेशन के अकॉर्डिंग कंप्यूटर की 5 कैटेगरीज हैं, 5 जनरेशन कैटेगरीज हैं, एंड करेंटली वी आर लिविंग इन द 5th जनरेशन ऑफ कैटेगरी that is very powerful, advanced and having high speed. So we'll discuss the 5th generation of computers later on. First we are starting from the 1st generation of computer. So we have 5 generation of computers. So first generation, the time period of first generation from 1940 to 1956. In this generation, these generation computer uses the vacuum tubes. Vacuum tubes are device that uses a lot amount of electricity. That's why it produces large amount of heat too. So these computers are uses air conditioners to cool them, and they are very big in size. And the memory capacity, you can see 20 kilobyte. They are having a very less amount of memory capacity, and this computer uses the punch cards or the memory tape for input or storing purpose. And the processing speed of these first generation computers 300 instructions per second. They are very less speed. They are having a very less speed. Programming language in this generations only machine language. These computers only understand the machine language, and the examples of the generation UNIVAC and EDVAC. You can also write the Mark 1 and ENIAC. Mark 1 we have discussed in earlier video, and the ENIAC electronic numeric integrator and calculator, UNIVAC universal automatic computer, and EDVAC electronic discrete variable automatic computer. So this is about the first generation. Now move to second generation of computer. This generation time period starts from 1956 to 1963. In this generation, transistor is introduced. Transistors are very small than the vacuum tube, so the size becomes very small than the first generation of computers. These computers becomes smaller, faster and cheaper than the first generation of computers, are having the memory capacity 128 kilobyte. That's not much, but this computer can store much instructions than the first generation of computer, and its speed is same as the first generation computer, 300 instructions per second. These computers can only perform a single task which required a lot of time. But in this generation, assembly language is used to give command or instructions. That is Fortran, COBOL, ALGOL, these types of formula translation, common and business oriented language. These languages is developed to communicate with the computer system. So in this generation, it's easy to communicate, to give command to the computer system. But in this generation too, the input or output device is not evolved. And the examples of this generation computer: IBM 1401, IBM 7094, CDC, and UNIVAC 1108. The second version of the UNIVAC is developed here. IBM is the first organization that developed the computer, International Business Machine, that developed the home computer. And in the third generation, the time period of the third generation is 1964 to 1971. This generation computer uses integrated circuit. This is the main keyword you have to learn: integrated circuit. Integrated circuit, by using this integrated circuits, the size of the computer becomes so small, so this generation computer can be put on desk. That's why this generation of computer also called desktop computer. And the memory capacity is also greater than second generation computer. It uses the 1 MB 1 megabyte instructions. Its speeds becomes very high than the first or second generation computer. It can store 1 million process 1 million instructions per second. It means in this generation we can perform 2 and 3 tasks simultaneously. And this language in this generation computer uses the high level languages like C, C++, Pascal, Basic, these type of languages. And the third generation computer uses the examples of the third generation is IBM. Next is the fourth generation, and the time period of this generation is 1971 to present. Means we are halfly living in fifth generation and halfly in fourth generation. And this generation computer uses the microprocessor. Microprocessor is a very large integrated circuit. That's why the size of the fourth generation computer becomes very small. This generation computer uses the magnetic core memory, LSI and VLSI, high capacity, large scale and very large scale integrated circuits. That's why we can store million instructions on the device. This generation computer uses the pen drives. This generation computer uses the hard disk, magnetic disk to store data and information. And this generation computer uses programming languages, higher level programming languages, Java, and C, C++, .NET, many more programming languages developed in this generation of computer. And these generation computers very fast than the third generation of computer, because this generation computer also uses the operating system, the graphical user interface operating system this generation computer uses. But in earlier third generation only DOS based operating systems developed. In this generation Windows earlier version like Windows 95, 98, NT, XP, these versions were developed. The example of this generation computer, Pentium series. Mouse is also developed in fourth generation computers. That's why our work is very easy. To give the instruction to computer becomes very easy by using the mouse. In fourth generation GUI operating system develops like Windows 7, Windows 8, Vista, Windows 10 we are using now. So these operating systems developed so we can do different multitask at the same time. And in this generation computer we can easily link to the network like LAN, MAN, WAN. We can easily make and we can connect to the internet, these computers too. So next, forward to the fifth generation of computer. This generation computer uses ultra large scale integration technology, so the size becomes very small, and having a high memory capacity and processing speed, using artificial intelligence. And the development of the supercomputer was the key motivation of the fifth generation computer. The goal of fifth generation is to develop devices that respond to natural languages and are capable of learning and self-organization. मतलब ऐसे कंप्यूटर को इस जनरेशन में बनाया जा रहा है जो खुद सोच विचार कर सके, खुद अपने आप को ऑर्गेनाइज कर सके। जैसे कि हम लोग मोबाइल फ़ोन में इस्तेमाल करते हैं, कॉर्नेटा है, गूगल असिस्टेंट है, एलेक्सा है, सीरी है, जो कि हमारी बातों को समझती है, उसके अकॉर्डिंग हमें जवाब देती है, हमें आउटपुट देती है। तो इस तरह की टेक्नोलॉजी को डेवलप किया जा रहा है फिफ्थ जनरेशन में, और कंप्यूटर को मोर पावरफुल और मोर एडवांस बनाया जा रहा है। So this is a video about the generation of computer. I hope आपको ये वीडियो समझ आया होगा. If you have any doubt, you can give the comment. Please like and share with your friends. Thank you. Have a nice day.